Welcome to Spoken Tea, where we talk about life, faith, friendship, and growth.
All while keeping it 100 and having a good laugh. I'm Nnita.
And I'm Krys.
So grab your cup and come get this Spoken Tea. Hey guys, welcome to Spoken Tea, where we talk about life, love, friendships, relationships, and we laugh a lot too. My name is Nnita.
I'm Krys.
And welcome to our episode. All right, so what's been going on in your life, Krys?
Work, life, love, friendships. Everything we normally talk about on a daily, it all hit me this week. Not being funny. It literally did all hit this week. So it's been a roller coaster of a week. Yeah.
Well,
What about you?
I've just been, nothing particularly has been going on in my life. Just a regular old. I mean, I do a lot of regular old, so it hasn't, nothing in particular has really popped off. But all right, so I've been thinking maybe we should talk a little bit more about self or whatever, or whatever. But as we start to kind of do this thing where we talk about, helping people grow and things like that, I think maybe we should do some stuff about, self, about what it means to take care of yourself or to grow as a person or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we should start with self-love, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, self-love. Well, why don't we tell the people what self-love is? Maybe some people don't really know what it is. Self-love, obviously.
Please. Enlighten me.
Self-love, as it plainly states, is love of yourself. Knowing yourself and loving yourself. Just like you love other people.
True.
So I think that kind of goes with your self-worth and your self-confidence and your self-esteem. I feel like if all of those things are up or aligned, then your self-love will come as well. I feel like people that have a lower self-love, typically there's, and one of those other categories are faltering as well.
That's true. Yeah, if you don't have a high awareness of what it is that you want, what it is that you like, what it is that you care about yourself, and finding positive qualities of you, how are you going to find that in any other relationship in your life? Friendship, relationship, emotional, romantic. So even at work, if you don't have a good awareness of what it is that you like and how to best serve yourself, how can you serve anybody else?
Right.
So that's very true.
I like to say, I don't like to say it. RuPaul says it the best. RuPaul says it, but it's something that I clearly live by and like to tell other people. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
Baby, that's a word.
That is something that
that's a word.
RuPaul says it all the time. It's one of her things that she just says. They say it at the end of every episode or whatever, but it's so true. If you don't love yourself, how are you going to love other people? The first way that you show love is to yourself.
Yeah.
So, and I know that we learn things from our parents. We learn what love is from our parents and everything, because we're babies and toddlers, and we're looking, and that's how we're learning. We're observing, and that's how we're learning. But if as you grow up, if you don't start to love yourself, then
that's true.
You can't really love anybody else.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking from teaching and learning from your parents, I had to teach my son that literally we would get him dressed in the morning and we stand in front of his mirror and I would tell him to just look at himself, and I would just start saying small little positive affirmations I'm handsome. Do you think you're handsome? And he's like, yes. I'm like, okay, well, I'm handsome. I'm smart. I'm kind. I'm a good person. I'm a good friend. I'm a good son. Just speaking positive things about yourself, it can do a lot. But if you say it to the mirror, looking at yourself, you start to, kind of believe that about yourself. So we got away from doing it in the mirror, just hustling and bustle in the morning. But even in the car ride, dropping him off either to go to school or to my mom's to take him to school after I go to work, it's literally like, hey, Jay. He's like, yeah. I'm like, are you handsome? Yes. Are you smart? Yes. Are you brilliant? Yes. Are you a good friend? Yes. And he knows that about himself. So it carries through in his friendships. It carries through in his relationships. So even if he goes to school, he knows he's a good person. He knows how to carry himself. He gets a little wild and crazy at times being a kid, but he still knows you shouldn't do that because I'm a good person. I'm a good student. I'm a good listener.
Right.
So he carries that with himself. So if you do that from a childhood standpoint in your adult life, you're definitely going to put yourself miles ahead of other people just in your mindset. So self-awareness and confidence is definitely that, heavy.
I like to say, and I say this to people all the time, you have to watch what you say out of your mouth, because when you say it out of your mouth, your ears hear it. Your mouth says it, your ears hear it, and your heart and soul believes it. So I always make sure, like, that's something that a lot of people, like, if people have heard me speak, they know that I'm going to say that. You have to watch what you say out your mouth, because your mouth says it, your ears hear it, and your heart and soul begins to believe it. So when you do start to say those things, positive things about yourself in the mirror, like you've been doing with Jay, and things like that, you start to build it yourself. It builds within. But then, like, there's times when, even though we grow up in a house where love is shown and all of those things, and maybe when we were a kid, we did really feel like, oh, I love myself, I'm amazing, I'm beautiful, all of that. And then you start to grow up.
And life be life. Life gonna hit
Then you hit puberty.
Yeah.
Then you hit puberty. Then, all these other aspects start to fall in place. Girls are saying this. Friend groups start. That whole thing that happens as you start to grow up. Yeah. Bullies start saying things. People try to find one little thing and they start talking about it. And then that can, like, diminish everything that your parents worked hard to build up.
Absolutely. That's true.
Like, if I speak, for myself, if I be transparent like I'm supposed to be on this thing.
Please, thank you.
If I am transparent, I did grow up in a home where love was shown, love was taught, self-love was, put in my brain, and then that God loves me and all of that. And I was in ministries at church that also added to that, like, you're beautiful, all of these things. But that stuff at school, that puberty, all of that kind of, like, washed away. Yeah. All of the stuff.
Because you get that on a consistent basis every day from 8:30, 7:30 in the morning till like 3, 4 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. So that overshadows and overcasts mom and dad over breakfast and putting you in the bed, and that overshadows one day Sunday at church or after school activity. So yeah, school can definitely be a consistent revolving door of either negativity or bullying or just self-actualization. Like, yo, maybe I'm not as cool as I thought. Like, at home it seemed cool, but kids at school, they don't think I'm that cool. So it makes you really reflect on, am I? And it makes you doubt yourself. So yeah, school, that time frame and that age group, it definitely can affect a lot and rearrange and recycle your mind to thinking differently.
Not even just school, like media. Yeah. It doesn't help. I mean, now
it's way different.
It's a lot different. There's a lot more body positivity. You see a lot more representation in media. However, when I was growing up, early 2000s, when I hit, middle school and things, thin was in. Thin was what you were supposed to be. You weren't supposed to have a whole lot of boobs. You were supposed to be thin. Booty wasn't even that important back then.
Yeah, they didn't even care about booty. Just
Booty
thing.
was like Beyonce's booty was like the big Beyonce and
biggest.
J-Lo's booty was like the
biggest.
biggest thing
Yeah.
that anyone had ever seen
Yeah.
before. And it was a huge thing that they had these huge, big natural booties. Now all of them everybody has a booty, and some of them have booties bigger than Beyonce and J-Lo.
Yeah.
Their booties aren't even a
Proportionate
thing
for the
anymore.
body. Yeah.
Nobody even talks about their booty. But
It's just you're used to seeing it.
their booties were very important at the time.
Yeah.
That was like, and it was like they have big booties, but nobody else does.
Yeah.
And being thin was a thing, and it was like low rider jeans were a thing. And if you have a stomach, you can't do no low
Yeah.
rider jeans.
Crop tops were in.
Your stomach's just over your pants, and so that's what the environment was like.
Right.
When I was that age. And so I pretty much looked a lot like I do now.
No.
I mean, as far as like boobs,
Okay.
thighs.
Yeah.
No, yes, I was rounder, but I'm talking about
So
like
you slimmed a lot.
no. Thanks. But no, I'm talking I mean like
Yeah.
boobs, thighs. Like I was
Yeah.
always a bigger girl. Except for when I was like 5 and 6. I was
a
really,
period.
really skinny. And then like what's crazy is I was underweight.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I was underweight. And the doctor was like, she's underweight. We need to do something about it.
Right.
So he started me drinking not Ensure Boost. And then
Boost was boosting.
by second grade, I was thickums. So, but when I got to that middle school age and I was looking like this, and then I don't know, from 6th grade to 7th grade, from 6th grade to 7th grade, my boobs like tripled in size, and they just seemed so big.
Yeah.
And I felt big. I didn't feel like my hair was cute. Like I felt like my hair was a lot. Like everything just felt wrong to me about me. So I had to work through that in my life.
Yeah.
Because we all know, well,
I know.
some of our listeners and viewers know, and you know,
I know.
that trusty dusty blue jacket
Yeah, the blue.
that I wore every day, all day,
I want to fight that jacket.
for a long time.
I want to fight that jacket. Man, like, y'all, Nnita, I'm going to stop calling you by your name one day. I'm going to get it on by probably episode 5. I'm going to stop. But Nnita used to wear this blue cloth zip-up jacket. It wasn't any designs or anything on it. It was just a navy blue pull-up jacket, had little pockets on it, had a hood on the back. And I used to think when I first met her, did you have it on in the 7th grade?
7th grade was when it debuted.
Okay, I didn't know
grade,
if you wore it that first time. That first day of school.
I'm pretty sure I had it on at first when I first came in there.
Okay, because she would wear it every day. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe she's just cold. I didn't know it was like the self-awareness, covering up type situation. So I would ask her, like, it's not even cold. Like, take it off. She's like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, okay, well, maybe, we go to PE, we'll change clothes. And no, change out,
Man,
gym shorts, gym shirt. We doing jumping jacks. We doing pull-ups, V-sit and reach, running a mile. It's hot outside. She still had a jacket on.
I would change out of I would dress out for gym, put my uniform on, and put the jacket
right back on. Right back on. And then after gym, she put the jacket right back on with the outfit. And then I was like, I caught her in the bathroom one day. I don't know if that was 7th grade or 8th grade. But I remember catching her in the bathroom one day, and I said, unzip the jacket, let me see your shirt. Because I'm thinking it's an outfit thing. Because it's no reason you still got this jacket on. So I'm like, go in the bathroom, let me see your outfit. Did you spill something on your shirt? So she unzipped it. I'm like, oh my God, your shirt is so cute. Like, just take off the jacket. And she was like, no, I'm okay. And zipped it up. And I'm like, what is going on? And it didn't hit me until, like, we got a little, like, way older and I was more aware. And I'm just like, oh, that's why she wore the jacket. My God, never
Every
knew.
day,
I never
all day.
paid attention to it. I wasn't aware
I
that
wore
was
this
a thing.
jacket. My mom tried to get me to wear other jackets. I would not wear any jacket.
Yeah.
But that jacket, that one made me feel safe.
Yeah.
She even tried to buy. She tried to buy me different jackets. She tried to do like jackets to go with the outfit. That jacket made me feel safe. I mean, it even got to the point where it had a hole in like this part.
The little elbow sleeve, sleeve part.
Yeah, it had a hole in the sleeve part. It was like ripped on the seam part. It was ugly.
Trusty Dusty.
It was ugly.
I'm so glad when you retired that coat. I was so proud of you.
I did retire it at the 7th grade, and then I moved on to different color jackets. I finally had gotten just this much self-confidence, just enough to switch up the jacket.
It was a step in the right direction. I'll say that. It was a step in the right direction. When I started seeing you wear shirts, and then the jackets were left open, and you had the little bolero jackets, the little jean half-cut denims.
That was 9th grade.
Okay, see, I knew it was getting.
There was progression in the jacket. There was progression. There was the trusty, dusty, ugly one. Then 8th grade, I had different color jackets. If I had on those, it complemented my outfit.
Yeah.
Then I got a little bit more confident, and the half jackets that came out. We're not talking about crop jackets you see today. We talk about jackets.
Denim jacket.
Denim jacket that stopped right there. I started wearing those. And then 10th grade was when I finally took the jacket off altogether. But I still wasn't there on myself.
I remember looking at your ID card for 10th grade, and you started having like the little actual shirts on your pictures. Because I think your freshman when you had on the denim jacket.
My freshman had on the denim. No, I took it off because I knew my mom was gonna fuss at me if I had.
You did?
Yeah, but 8th grade I had that red jacket on.
Okay, I remember seeing.
I took it off because I knew. I only took the
10th grade.
I only took it off my 9th grade because I knew my mom was gonna cuss me out if I had that jacket on in that picture, and she didn't pay for it.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember seeing one of your pictures and you had just the shirt and the hair and your colors. I was like,
yeah, my hair had grew 10th grade year. My hair had grew. It was sitting right here. And I was thinking I was a little bit cute, but I still I got to a point where outside I was able to portray.
I got you. I know.
Someone that had confidence.
Yeah.
I got to a point, I got comfortable with myself in a way that I could portray someone that was confident. However, inside, I still was not there.
Had it.
I still was not there at all.
That's understandable.
And it took me a while to get there. And it really had to do with, I really had to work on it. Like, I really don't, I don't really know why I thought I was, I think I had a lot to do with society and what the media was portraying it and what was beautiful in the media and all of that stuff. And because God knows it's not what my family looks like. My family got butt and hips and thighs and stuff. It's not what I saw in my family. It's not what I saw around me. I think it really had to do with, I was in puberty. I started, wanting attention from boys. And what was getting attention was skinny and no boobs, because nobody else had boobs but me. And
flat as a pancake.
And all of that. That's what was getting attention. And so I think that's really what fed that part of me.
Yeah.
And I think I always thought that you had amazing self-confidence. I mean, at that age, I think I always, because you always got everything that I wanted as far as like attention and boys and like boys liking you and all of those things. I think I always thought that you had great self-esteem, self-confidence, all of that.
I'm glad you said thought, because once you learned that I didn't, then you was aware of that.
What was?
Because, baby, I'm going to tell you right now, going back to that time frame, I think I embodied the self-confidence because that's what I kept hearing. But internally, I didn't have it. And I felt like I was walking in like a shell of, oh, you're pretty on the outside, but it's like inside, what do you have to offer? So it made me question the validity of the quality of person I was, as opposed to like, oh, you can give this energy and you look pretty and you're getting the boys' attention, but it's just like, I don't have the confidence to exude to really sustain it.
It was like superficial.
Legit. And that's literally how I felt. I felt like because people expect this of me because I look a certain way, I have to keep it up. Mm-hmm. And that became the chore of trying to keep up appearances, literally keeping up appearances, where it's like, I have to do this. If I go to the store, I can't look bad because that's not what I'm expected. That's not what's expected of me. You're too pretty to frown. You're too pretty to this. You're too pretty. And you keep hearing that. And it's like, yeah, it may sound like I could either be taking that for granted, but hearing it from childhood, literally like 5 and 6 to middle school, high school age, it's like you have to keep up this facade of what people think you should be. And I literally would get tired of it. I'm just like, I really just want to go off in a corner and hide, but I can't because I'm like, oh, hey, pretty, oh, hey, gorgeous, hey. Put a sack over my face. God, I'm grateful for the looks that you gave me. I'm grateful for the body you gave me, but I just want to hide under a cloak and just not get attention. And that, it didn't exude the self-confidence that I would have wanted. It didn't exude the, bumps and umph that you would think would come with it. But I don't want to say I took it for granted because I'm appreciative, I'm grateful for it, but it's just like it became a chore trying to keep up this facade of living as opposed to just being able to enjoy being a kid.
Yeah.
I felt like the attention, the spotlight was always on. I never had a minute to be off. I never had a minute to fall or trip or scuff my shoes or bump and fall. I never had a chance to make a mistake because it was always going to be on display because that attention was there. So it's like, dang, I can't mess up.
Yeah, you couldn't be you.
But literally, I can't make a mistake. I can't falter. I can't make a bad grade. I can't do anything because the attention is always there. And if I could just hide in the background for a little bit, I feel like I could have those fine-tuning personality, gearing moments to get me inside together instead of having to do that way after. So I didn't get to that point until I was an adult, like way later, realizing you have some personality flaws you need to work through. You have some, quality internal things that you need to think through because you didn't do those things in the, fundamental time that you could have because you were always on. So yeah, it took a while for that, self-confidence and boost to happen because people kept putting it on me and thinking, oh, she's got everything. She's got it all. And it's like
you had
to. I don't want it.
Yeah, like you
so
had
it's a
to
flip of a coin.
Be someone you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though you may not have had the esteem or confidence, you had to act like you did.
Act like I
because
did.
everybody
Absolutely.
else thought that you did.
Yes. That's a perfect description
And
of
so instead of actually being yourself and actually going through all those things, you couldn't until maybe when you got in your room.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah, I could be weird, quirky, ugly Crystal Krys that wants to play, with my family and just be weird. I couldn't have weird moments in public. I couldn't have just off moments that people wouldn't say, oh, you look too this way or that way, to act like who looks a certain way to be just regular, to be a kid or be a teenager. I couldn't do those. I couldn't have those moments on a small scale level. I couldn't be me until I got to an age. It was like, you know what? F that. I'm gonna be who I want to be, and I don't care whether you like it or not. And then people are like, well, Chris, you never acted like that before. And I'm like, this has been me. I just held it together for so long. Now you're wondering why I'm treating you different. Now you're wondering why I'm talking a certain way and being a certain way, wearing my hair a certain way. Like when I got locks, people looked at me like, oh my God, you had this gorgeous flowing hair, and oh my God, everybody wanted your hair. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because this is what I love.
For those of you that are not watching.
Yeah.
Crystal has long locks. But before, and maybe I'll put it in the video. Before, Crystal had I did it.
You did it. You did it.
She had very long hair, very long
down my back,
down her
past
back
my bra
hair.
strap. Yeah.
And even before that, when you went natural, people were like...
When I went natural, people went crazy. They were like, why you got your hair all kinky like that? What you doing in your hair? And I'm like, I'm being me. This is what I've always wanted.
I would say that you had your transformation in college.
Yes. Sophomore, junior year, I really started coming to my own where I'm like, you know what? Bump it. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care no more. And I mean, I care about people's perception. I still always want to have myself put together. That's one thing I don't want to get twisted. I do care about how I present myself, but to go along with the perception of what people think I should be put together as, I'm no longer interested in doing that. If you have your own perception, that's one thing, but that don't mean that's what I'm going to do. That's not how I have to present myself if that's not how I choose to. That's your thought, not how I see myself. So I'm going to portray and do what I see fits me and best serves me. I want to look in the mirror and be proud and happy with who I see. Not, oh, they're going to love this. No, do I love it? That's the question. If I don't love it, I don't care. Yeah. I could wear whatever my mom may want me to wear. I could wear whatever my sister and friends may want me to wear. But if I don't enjoy or love what I see, I feel fake. I feel like I'm not being my authentic self. And I hate that feeling. And I'm like, I'm not going back to that. So, no.
Yeah, and like, and it's crazy because it's like we had two different experiences. Mm-hmm. So we had two different experiences, but we both had problems with self-esteem.
Literally, yeah.
Right, so I was just, nobody expected me to be any particular way, and I was just being all sad and gloomy and upset with myself, and then you were having probably some of the same feelings that I had, but you had to put on, you felt that you had to put on a mask to be able to move through life. You felt like you had to be what everybody expected you to be. Yeah. Because you are pretty and you have I'm not going to dance around it, like, you know, at the time, you know, because your skin tone and all of that, it was like that's the image of beauty.
What it was,
yeah. And so everybody be like, you're so pretty, and all that. So you felt like you had to be that.
Keep it up. Yeah.
You felt like you had to act like you were that, even though you didn't feel like you were that.
Sidebar for those that are only doing audio for this podcast, I don't want y'all to think Nnita is no scrub. My girl is gorgeous. Period.
Oh no, I'm beautiful.
Because I need to make sure it's understood. Like even back then. Nnita was popping, and she just didn't want to see it. Because I would tell her all the time, like, you were popping, you just didn't see it.
I wouldn't say popping.
Your doobie raps was legit, my nigga. Like, don't play.
Okay, my doobies.
Them doobies was fire.
But that wasn't necessarily on me.
I don't care. It's still how you kept it together every morning. You would unwrap that hair, and the curls was flowing. I don't know how you kept them up during gym running the mile, because my hair would flop and I would look stupid.
Your curls.
But your curls was still there.
Because I was walking a mile. My time was always like 10 minutes.
I don't care. Her hair was always on point. Skin was popping because you never really had no real crazy acne. Like, not that I remember. My face was like popping off.
Like
your
really
acne
simple,
was real clear. No real issues. You might have had one or two randoms.
Yeah, I would get really big random ones. I didn't have like a face full of pimples,
I would get face
but I would every so often I would get these huge disgusting ones.
Random, but still pretty, smiling, like your teeth won't never crazy. Well, smile was hush.
The dentist say otherwise.
Because that's sensitivities in your actual tooth, not the way your smile came together.
My teeth may not have looked bad, but I have a lot of feelings in my mouth.
No one sees that, ma'am. That's the dentist looking up in your mouth. That's his job. From outside looking in, cut it out. From outside looking in, you wouldn't see any of that. You would not see any of that. You would see your smile, your energy, and maybe because I was your best friend, I could see that from you. So I saw a lot more than people around you saw. And I would tell you all the time, like, "Nee, you're so pretty." And you're like, "Oh, no, what?" No, like, legit, you're so pretty. And
I always
you would
felt like
always,
you were just saying that.
I really wasn't.
I just always felt like you were saying it because you were my friend.
No, because I would see you in spaces that other people didn't. So I would see you being laughing. I would see you being vulnerable. I would see you joking and being your bubbly self. Other people, you were still shy. You were still reserved. So they didn't see it. Even my mom would say, she was like, "How are you and they friends. Like, you're so bubbly and upbeat, and she's so calm and, quiet. And I'm like, she is not quiet. She just as crazy as me. And she was like, are you serious? I'm like, yes, she is hilarious. Like, if you think I'm crazy, you need to see her. If I could just put a hidden camera somewhere, you would see, like, we're not opposites. We present ourselves differently. Like, you're still reserved in a cool type of stance, and I'm like,
I don't like the word reserved.
Not reserved, but you're
like I'm more relaxed.
Relaxed. I'll say that. Yes. Okay.
I'm a
Relaxed.
chill
You're
person.
chill. I'm still bubbly and loud, so that part we're different. But when it comes to our personalities and being friends and being able to connect and laugh and joke, man, literally the same. So people didn't see that side of you because either you didn't show them that or you weren't comfortable expressing that part around them until they came around and like, yo, she talks, she laughed. Yes, I've been telling you that for years.
Yeah, I did used to be really
I've been telling you that for years, but people didn't see that. So you've always been popping. So I don't want people to think, oh, well, Crystal was the fun one and Nnita was the dry one. Absolutely not. 100% false. Nnita is popping, has been popping, always will be popping. Period. Gorgeous inside and out. So I just wanted to make that clear as I sip my tea. Carry on. Just had to make that known for the people on audio because you was like, well, Crystal had long hair, and like they getting the visual representation of me, and I just wanted them to get that visual
my
for you.
hair
Like,
was
absolutely.
always shorter than Chris's, but
at this point, just say our names. I'm
No,
tired of being mindful
no.
of not saying your name. It's getting on my nerves.
We will be mindful. And
fine.
My hair was always, like I said, shorter than yours, but it had its moments.
You had your growth spurts.
It had its moments, and then it would break off, and then.
It just.
You remember senior year of high school, one whole side of my hair broke off.
I do remember that.
And
you
I
just
had
did an
the
asymmetrical.
asymmetrical.
Came to school with the asymmetric.
Everybody thought I was trying to be real cute.
I was like, ooh.
Everybody thought I was trying to be real cute. No.
I did, honey. I thought she was
whole
being
side
fly.
of my hair broke off. And
That asymmetrical was
shout
cute,
out
though.
to my cousin, the
She
best
killed that. She killed
master
that.
stylist I know.
Period. Killed that.
She just made it an asymmetrical cut and
She came back to school, y'all.
kept
I
it
was
popping. I looked like I was.
What?
Remember that bang I had?
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't choice.
I'm finding out all the secrets now because I thought you was just stylish and just had it together.
After I had it,
Yeah.
then it became a thing.
Wow.
But the initial cut, my hair broke off. Like, it was like a piece, I think, in the middle. Some piece up here broke off real bad up to so my cousin was just like,
Chop it.
you got to bang now.
I never.
And then I held on to it for
You
entirely
did love
too
that
long.
bang.
Entirely
It was
too
cute
long.
on you though, but you held that bang.
Entirely too long.
We even through the color change and everything, you held on to that.
I had it entirely too long.
Yeah, you love that bang. It was cute though.
Why did you let me go to college with that bang?
It was cute.
I should have never went to college
Bangs
with that bang.
were still in then. We went to college in 2009. Bangs were still in. Somewhat.
But I had already had it for quite some time.
Okay, well now college is about to see it.
It's supposed to have been new
You changed the color.
new school, new me.
You had color.
I did have
So that was the difference. You swapped it up a little bit. You can't just stretch it out from your head and just grow. It can't like you pull it back in the ponytail.
What's funny is most of my hair moments are because my hair broke off, not because I was trying to be something cool.
Well, you took the best of a bad situation and made that thing pop. I tell you that much. You carried it well.
I would say most of my hair moments up until adulthood was because of my hair breaking off.
You carried it well.
My cousin just freaking that jank.
You gotta do what you gotta do. They eliminate
My hair would
adolescence,
consistently break off, and that's why I would be like, when y'all would compliment my hair or how cute
You
it was,
just
or
roll your
whatever, I
eyes?
would just be like, that's crazy because
You don't even.
like every month when I go, like every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks, whatever, she's saying that something else that broke off. I'm trying to figure out why is my hair breaking off. I'm doing everything she told me to do. I'm wrapping my hair every night. I'm wrapping my hair every time I lay down, if it's for a nap. If I'm not sitting up, my hair is wrapped. I got a set. I got a satin scarf. I'm doing
So
everything. I'm keeping all of my hair. And I'm doing everything that she told me to do with my hair. It's breaking off.
Yeah. Life.
What is the problem?
You did right, but I mean,
I just wanted some hair.
It was not your time.
I
It was
just
not your
wanted
time.
hair.
It's okay. It's okay. Just wasn't your time. But you did. You killed them haircuts. That's the thing. I could never kill a haircut. My head is too big. I tried the bang. I look crazy.
You did not look crazy with your bang.
I tried the box cut. I look crazy. I did. That's what I'm saying.
But the bang did not look crazy. Once your hair grew out some.
The bang with length didn't
That's what I'm saying.
crazy.
Once your hair grew out some, it didn't
But that
look crazy.
pixie straight up under my ears, I wasn't
it
feeling
wasn't.
that. It was cute. They were like, oh, you cut your hair. But it was like,
all right for like a
drastic.
second.
It wasn't long lasting, like, oh, yeah, you
I
need to
ain't
keep
tell
that.
you, but it was.
I appreciate the honesty now.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you like right then and then. Like you just got your haircut. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, it's not even. Like,
A couple people did
like it.
that didn't care about my feelings.
Your hair is cut. Like, why would I then be like, I don't like it? Like,
one of my bros,
it's gone now.
When our bros did it, he was like, I don't like that. I said, dang.
I feel like I know which one I was.
Yep, it was him. He was like,
they know
your hair?
If he listening, he know who he is.
Exactly. Because I was like, he legit walked up to me on campus. I just had my hair all long and then went to the shop, colored, cut, do. Came back. He was like, you cut your hair? I was like, yeah. I don't like that. I appreciate it. Okay. It ain't for you, number one. Like, I tried to come back with something. I had nothing. It's like he just gut punched me. Ooh, that, I ain't do it for you. I had to come out with something. I had nothing. And then I went back in the room. And I'm like, did I mess it up? I didn't know what to do. I couldn't fix it at that point. It was like, hey, grow it out. And the more I walked around campus, the more people saw it. And they were just like, oh, girl, you cut your hair. And I was like, yeah. Inside, I was hard. It's horrible inside. But yeah.
I'm saying, like, sometimes.
So you could freak a cut. That's one thing I will give you. You could tell the pixie cut, the bang, asymmetric, but you still had to have the confidence to carry it, and you wore it well.
Like I told you.
Okay, well,
I just said we were at the point where I was exuding confidence, but it was false.
Yes,
it was not real.
False exuding of confidence.
People will compliment you. Well, no, not compliment you,
yeah.
but will tell you how they feel about something, and then they don't necessarily know what that might be doing to your self-confidence.
Exactly.
Or what that might be doing to your self-esteem.
Yeah. Because it definitely hit different where I was like, oh, I'm thinking I'm cute. Like, oh, new cut. And then he hit me with that. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm not cute. Maybe it's not great as I thought it was. So, yeah, it didn't deflate me completely. But it was just like, oh, well, I guess I'm not as cute as I thought. So it definitely will take a little bit of the wind out your sails. But
and I think sometimes what a lot of people don't necessarily understand is how much work it takes to be confident.
Yes.
How much work it takes to build your self-esteem.
Yeah.
And, there is a difference. Self-esteem is your belief that you have the ability to achieve, to do things, to be pretty. It's the belief of that. And the confidence is your how you feel about your abilities to do that. So it's like people can say things that they think they're just being perfectly fine, and then it can, if you're already not where you need to be with that, it can just like push you even further, and then you have to do work. And one thing I always tell people is that it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be I want to build my confidence, I'm going to say 5 things to myself in the mirror every morning and I'm going to be fine. It doesn't happen overnight, just like it didn't take overnight for your self-esteem or self-confidence to get that low.
Right.
It's not going to take overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to do the work. And a lot of the things that I had to do the work wasn't necessarily intentional. I knew that I didn't want to continue to feel this way about myself when other people are not feeling this way about me. I was like, something's got to be
internal.
It's something's not computing, because you and my other best friend, I don't know if she wants to be named, so I'm not going to say her name. Um, were telling me how beautiful I am and how your outfit's really cute. Why would you do that? And why would you cover it up? And they're telling me all these things, but I'm truly not believing it.
Yeah.
And something's not happening. Something is blocking me from actually believing that within myself.
Yeah.
So then I had to, like I said, kind of mistakenly do it.
Yeah.
Because I never went to therapy. I never did any of those things growing up. And not to say that my parents would have never put me in it, but I never really felt comfortable enough to say it.
Yeah.
Not that they weren't supportive, because they were, but I just never felt okay to be like, I need help.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never felt okay. Like I
enough
needed
thing
to be especially since I'm the only child, I felt like I needed to be okay. And so let's not tell them that I'm not okay.
Right.
Let's just try to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I started to say things to myself that to reaffirm what you all were already saying to me. And I started repeating it to myself and trying to really challenge the automatic thought I had of, you're not pretty, your boobs are too big, your skin is too dark, your hair is too thick. All of those things, those automatic thoughts that I would have, trying to challenge them with the fact there is no evidence that backs up these things that I'm trying to say. And honestly, I really didn't get there. Ooh. Okay. I didn't get there confidence and esteem wise until college? Question mark? Not really sure. I think it was college was when I really got there, like I said, esteem and...
Yeah, because your outfit started becoming more...
Yeah, I started...
Yeah,
I think college really gave me... That's when I really started. So like I said, I was like exuding, I have confidence. Like I started changing my clothes and stuff, but I wasn't really there.
It wasn't internal,
I'd say maybe sophomore, junior year of college is when I actually started to feel as beautiful or as pretty as I thought I was. Or as other people thought I was, or as I was dressing, or things like that. I didn't really have it. Let's say if we talk about self-worth, I feel like that's a whole nother episode.
Baby, I was about to say raised eyebrows. Wait,
I feel like self-worth is a whole nother episode.
That's a heavy one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to say that.
We're gonna have to say that for.
But if we talk about growth and worth, I ain't get there until my 20s, late 20s.
Baby, I'm still working on it.
Late 20s.
Okay.
Honestly,
it's a revolving door.
Might have been last year. No,
it's a revolving door. It's a revolving door.
I didn't get there until, I didn't get there until very much.
You know my level with self-growth. Like, I felt like people that don't know, some watchers, viewers, and listeners that know, I got married young. So a lot of my growth years and growing up years were in the marriage. And then when that dissolved, I grew with that person, but I didn't have Crystal time to grow. So now after the divorce, it was like, okay, now it's Crystal's time to grow. And we didn't get divorced until like pandemic 2020 time. We split in 2018, but divorce proceedings and whatnot, gotta wait, we had a baby. It was a lot. So the time frame took at least until 2020 for everything to dissolve. But in that time frame, it's like, okay, now I can finally be me. I can be me. And it's like, who are you? It's like, who do you want to be? Not as a wife, not as a mom, but just Krys, who do you want to be? What do you like? So having that time frame to develop and learn me. I know me, but because I know what I like, I know what I want to eat. I know, but internally for the future, how do you view yourself? How do you feel? That took time, and it's still taking time as a progressive thing, where it's just like, do I want to be married again? Yes. Do I want, more kids? Yes. But it's like, before I jump headfirst into another relationship, I want to work on the internal. I want to make sure that any past trauma from relationships, or any, future growth that needs to happen mentally, emotionally, physically, if that needs to continue becoming something that I put in the forefront, am I going to put that before a relationship? Absolutely. Because I don't want to jump into another relationship and lose myself again. I want to be self-aware, self-assured before I just spring load into giving myself to another person. It's just like, I'm wrapped up in them.
Yeah.
So
We have
self-growth
to,
takes a while.
Yeah,
It takes a while.
we have to do a separate episode to really talk about self-growth, self-worth,
The highs and
self-awareness.
lows. Yes.
Because those three are ones that need their own
segment.
They need their own, because the both of us have done a lot with that. And the both of us have a lot that we can tell other people to help them with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both have done a lot with that. So let's
put a pin in that. We'll come back to that in a future episode.
We're gonna put a pin in that. Maybe that'll be, I don't know. We'll do that another episode.
You wanna jump in this?
But what did I say? Yeah, like, back to self-confidence, self-esteem. Like,
Okay.
if you want to have high self-esteem, or you want to grow your self-esteem, you want to grow your self-confidence, you're going to have to do the work.
Yeah.
You want to do the work. If you want it, you'll get it. If you want McDonald's, you'll go get McDonald's.
Baby.
So if you want self-confidence, then you have to go get it. If you want higher self-esteem, then you have to go get it. Yeah. You're going to have to do the work. Yeah. Whatever it is that you want, you do the work any other time. Yeah. So you have to do the work for yourself just as much as you do for anything else. Yeah. So like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. You got to do those different things. Mm-hmm. I like to suggest, like, those positive affirmations, saying things in the morning, or even when you don't feel like it, like, you have to do the work. You have to because what happens with self-confidence and self-esteem is that you yourself are thinking something different than what everyone else thinks.
Yeah.
When everyone else thinks, what everyone else sees. It's all within yourself. Yeah. So you need to do that work within yourself. Yeah. You need to tell yourself these things. And the only way that you can tell yourself something is to look at yourself in the mirror and tell it to yourself. Yeah. The only way for you to tell yourself something is to say it out of your mouth. Yeah. So you need to say those things, and you need to work, and you may feel like you look dumb. You may feel stupid, but you need to do those things in order to build it. And it, like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. I didn't fully get my confidence and my esteem to where I wanted them to be until I was fully grown. Yeah. And it took a lot of work. And one person that actually really helped me a lot, which, she saw this to be super great, but like, really helped me a lot with my own confidence about my body is Lizzo.
Yeah. That is what I said, yeah.
Lizzo stepping on the scene and being fully a big girl and being completely okay with it, and showing all the same parts about all little girls show really showed me, and when she came out, I was grown. Yeah. Really showed me, why do I worry about some of these things? Right. Lizzo has on that outfit, and I think she looks good in it. Fat rolls and all. So why can't I think of that about myself? Right. So that started pushing me towards, I can have, I would wear a crop top, but I would wear it like
right above your jeans.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I can have my stomach out a little bit more. And my mama always said, no. My mama do, but my aunt really say my stomach always out. But
Andy is.
I can wear my stomach out. I can do all of those things. It's okay. And sometimes, unfortunately, some of the things that go into that dig into our self-confidence come from our parents.
Yeah. Very true.
Come from their particular belief about what looks good and what doesn't.
Based on how they were raised,
Based
on
on how
their
they were
upbringing,
raised.
based on their time and generational styles. So,
Right.
yeah.
Not knowing that what they think is just innocent and saying, I think it will look better if you took your shirt out of your pants to cover up the bottom of your stomach.
Right.
Is actually what they're not saying it because they feel like that shouldn't be showing.
Right.
They're not saying it because, oh, that doesn't look good because you're big. They're not saying it like that. They're saying it is that I really feel like this would just look better and more presentable because back in my day we didn't show
all
those
that.
things. But for a young girl,
Yeah.
especially in her teenage years, that basically tells me I'm too big to have this on.
Right.
I'm too big to have my shirt tucked in.
Yeah.
I'm too big to have on these tighter jeans. My jeans need to be looser.
Right.
I'm too big to buy a t-shirt that fits regularly. I need to go a size up.
I need to have.
I always need to go a size up.
Yeah.
I always need to have extra room.
Yeah.
But that's not why they were saying it. But that's what it says to a teenager.
Yeah.
That's what it says to a girl that is growing.
Yeah.
Because I hate to get psychological here.
Come on.
For those that don't know me, I'm
run them stats, sis.
I'm in the mental health field. So no.
That's not running the stats. No. Tell them what you do. Tell them what you about.
I'm a therapist. That's not good enough?
You gotta make me fight. You have degrees. You're currently pursuing the biggest one.
Okay.
So stop downplaying yourself. Don't do that.
I'm not downplaying
I'm in the
myself.
mental health field. Girl, that could be a counselor at an elementary school. I'm in the mental health field. No, okay. Run them stats.
I'm a clinician. Is that better?
That's fine.
I'm a clinician. I know all of these things. Anyway, I've learned, I study the brain.
If we weren't trying to keep this set together, I would grab this pillow and I would hit you. But carry on. I'm going to let you go ahead.
When we are younger, our ego is very prevalent. It's a part of development that our ego is at the forefront. And so when we're young and we're growing, we always think everything is about us. Not necessarily because we're self-centered, because we're built like that.
Yeah.
So when you're at that age where you are built to think that everything has to do with you, that's why when children go through divorce, they think the divorce is about them. You're at that age where you think
about you. Yeah.
I had to do something wrong in order for this to happen.
Yeah.
Everything that happens is a reflection of what I did. That's what age you're at. Okay. So you're at that age where you feel that way, and then your parent says something like, your shirt needs to be taken out of your pants because your stomach's showing. It's like, I'm fat. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that. And so it does kind of, especially when you have parents, I guess in our area, closer to the South. A lot of people like to say Virginia's not the South, but closer to the South.
Yeah.
Where certain things like that were just a part of life.
Yeah.
You know, you looked a certain way because the Southern quote unquote mentality. And they're just trying to say things like that, and then it just really just messes up your whole thing because you're just trying to grow and
trying to show personal style, your own little thing. I remember one thing just as like a point. My mom, I was doing my hair one day and I tried to do something real fancy with it. I mean, it wasn't fancy. It was just like try to do like spiky hair, like ponytails and little spike hair was in. And I just tried to do something really different.
Oh, you mean we used to spritz our ponytails so that they
would be like up and have like a little fan looking effect. I was trying to do something on my own, do something cute. I walked out and she said, "You look country." Girl, that thing hit me like a ton of bricks. I immediately took all of it down. And I was just like, I will never try anything ever again. And that literally stuck with me for years until I finally, got older. And I told her, I'm like, Mom, I really didn't like when you said that. And she was like, girl, I was just playing. Like, what you talking? I didn't even remember saying that. And I'm like, well, it stuck with me. And it made me think every time I do my hair, do I look country? I was like maybe 13. 12, 13, maybe trying to do something like, I won't really do my hair like that, but I was trying something different. That stuck with me till college. And I legit hit her with it and told her, I'm like, you told me that? And she was like, I did? I'm like, yes. And it really, it didn't hurt my feelings, but it just really made me realize, like, you need to be more aware of what you're doing. And it put me on notice that every time I do my hair, does this look country? It was a revolving voice, recording voice in the back of my head. Don't look country. So it made me make sure, once again, putting on that air of self-confidence and this mask of exuding, you can't self-express. Because if you do your own self-expression, it's going to look country, or it's going to look a certain way. So it's like,
something's wrong with me.
Right. So it's like, do something this way so you don't get those type of responses, and do something that fits in with the state of morale of what people expect of you. So in that moment, and I've had this conversation with her, so it's not anything new, but I literally had to tell her, like, it really didn't sit well with me for years. And she was like, babe, I'm sorry. I never realized that it was an innocent comment. She never intended for it to really be a thing, because she's very vocal. She'll tell me, like, girl, what you doing with them shoes on? Like, just a joking type of thing. And some things I don't really take serious, where it's like, girl, these are the new hotness. What you talking about? And I can play it off. But in that moment, it just hit me. Like, I really worked hard on that style. Like, I was doing something. And that was just like, oh,
Thought you was hot stuff.
I did think I was hot stuff. I did. And I was like, wow, I thought this was cute. So now it made me question, is my taste in good judgment? Because mother knows best. I'm thinking she's going to tell me if I look crazy. She's going to tell me if I look good. So if she thinks this looks bad, that makes me question my judgment. So now my judgment is wrong. And I have to do what she says. Not in a sense of I told you so, but in a sense of I can't trust my own judgment to think this looks good, because obviously the person that raised me and is teaching me has told me that this isn't acceptable, or that this doesn't look presentable. So now I have to alter my mindset, alter my mood, alter my changes and everything. So in that sense, it does affect how long things can go, and how long, if it's unaddressed, it can sit with you, because it legit sat with me for a minute.
A lot of my dressing, a lot of the way that I would dress, or we would go shopping, and I put something on, and you would be like, that's super cute, and I'd be like, oh no, what this is showing and that is showing, so
like,
no.
Shut up, no.
A lot of that came from being told when I was younger what is
cover that up.
Yeah.
Why is all that showing? Yeah.
What needs to be shown, what not to be shown, what is appropriate, what's not, what's acceptable and what's not.
Yeah.
And I always internalized it and made it seem like it's, so I have to always be this way. And then that once when I grew up, 'cause it took me a long time. I finally got to the point where I don't care, and that's when I really was able to start really being like, really having my personal style, really having, this, I don't know, style, I guess, that I have.
I love it.
I didn't have it before because I wouldn't wear those things.
Yeah.
Because my stomach was showing. And not even like showing, but like you could see it because you could see
a
it
fitted shirt
in what I was wearing, so I wouldn't do that. And I guess you can't, I would say, like, you really can't, when you build your confidence, when you build your self-esteem, and you get to that point where you are accepting of yourself and comfortable with yourself, and you do have that self-love, that's when you can start to express yourself freely in the way that you want to.
And you don't care what other people think, because this is me. And I love me enough to express me and myself regardless of how other people may take it. And I'm not going to offend anybody with what I wear. I'm not going to wear, offensive or racist type of energy to offend other people. But I'm going to express me and show off who I am and be proud of that. It's a showcase for me. Like, I feel like when you get dressed, you be showcasing now. Like, you be coming through with, I'm looking at her like, I need to step my outfits up, because I can't walk in the room with her. She flies them up. I'm sitting there looking stupid.
Every time you go out is a moment.
Legit, and you be saying that, and I'm like, well, let me get my moment together, because I need to go back in the closet. I will call her now, like, Nnita, what am I wear? I don't know. Okay, well, I'm going to FaceTime you so you can see. Every outfit, I get dressed, I go out with friends, or if I go on a date, I'm calling her, propping the phone up on FaceTime, and we're having an outfit we're channeling outfits. If I get a Fashion Nova haul, I'm calling you to try these on. Does it look right? because you're my new fashion go-to. Because, baby, I don't have it. I don't have that little fashion bone in me. I can put it on and I can show it off. But to think of it, no, you got that. And I'll call you quick. Does this look
I
right?
do.
Does that come together? Because you'll put patterns together, prints and stuff. I would never think. And it come together fly. I'm like, go ahead, shorty. Because I could never.
I do.
So, no, I can do my own personal style, but it's very chill and bland. Yours is
It wasn't
vibrant.
It wasn't that before.
That's why I love seeing you when you be dressed and putting your stuff together. I'm like, there she go. There she go. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Because I really am proud of you.
Every fit, everything you wear has to be a fit. It can't just be clothes. It has to be a fit.
I need to adopt that. Because I just be putting on. I've gotten to the point where I don't care no more. So I just put on something cute.
But even when I don't care,
you still be putting on.
I care.
You still be
Like if
putting
I'm gonna put on some Adidas pants, I'm gonna put on Adidas pants and a t-shirt that, but for whatever reason I like, and I'm gonna put a jacket on. Like I'm gonna make it a fit.
You really be throwing on a jacket quick.
It's gonna be a fit. If anything's gonna turn anything, heed my words. Not to say I'm some fashion guru or whatever, but if something's gonna turn an outfit into a fit, it's a jacket. A jacket will turn a t-shirt and jeans into a fit.
Yeah. You're throwing a jacket, a shacket, a cardigan. Oh, your cardigan's fire. But y'all, all through college, I would steal her cardigans. I would just go in the closet, steal one, come back. She's like, did you wear that to class? I'm like, yep.
It's funny. It's funny because therapists are known for wearing cardigans. And I was already wearing cardigans before. Before I was a therapist. I was already...
You had a whole section in your closet
in the
of
cardigan bag.
I would just flip through like, oh, this one gonna go in my outfit. Kristen, that's too big. I don't care. I want it. Let me wear it.
I was already in my cardigan bag before I was even
just wrap it. Just warm.
I was already in my cardigan
Nurturing.
bag. Now I don't even be having on a cardigan.
You really don't be wearing cardigans. You need to just give them to me.
No, I wear them.
Do you?
Yeah. I wear dusters.
That's the thing. Those old cardigans you used to have, I have so many colors I could go with
Girl,
those.
they're gone.
What did you do with
cardigans?
them?
How long ago
From college.
Girl, college.
Yes.
Them things been to Goodwill. How long ago did
you
we
never
graduate?
consulted with me before you gave them to
Baby,
Goodwill.
them things been at the Goodwill.
You knew. I thought they were just in a box, just hidden somewhere.
College?
Yes.
That was so many years ago. Them things been at the Goodwill. Somebody have it, used it, wore it out,
we ain't that
put
old.
it in another Goodwill.
We not that old. It's only been...
We graduated from college in 2013. It is 2023. It has been 10 years since we graduated from college.
May will make it 10 years. Golly day. Good gracious.
Like I said, those things have gone to the Goodwill. Mm-hmm. Somebody bought them, wore it out, took it to another Goodwill.
Yeah. Dropped off for them. That's crazy. You never even asked me if I wanted them. That's
I never
cool.
even thought you wanted them.
It's fine, y'all. Show
I don't even remember when I we're talking a long time ago.
Cool.
Who knows when I got rid of those cardigans?
It's cool. You don't love me. It's fine.
Plus, by the time I got rid of the cardigan, it was stretched out.
Mm-hmm. True.
It was its last leg. Okay, it was thoroughly used. It lived its life full and effervescent.
That's fine.
But yeah, so when you're able to get to that point, then you can have your personal style can start to show.
Yeah.
Once you start, and your personality also can start to show.
Yeah.
Because you may be hiding your personality to fit in, or just because you're not confident.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought I was shy.
That's a quit. That girl is not shy.
Because I didn't speak a lot.
Yeah.
Now there's two things that go into that. I'm very intentional about what I say.
Very true.
I always say what I mean and mean what I say. So if I don't have anything that I feel is necessary, I won't say it. Mm-hmm. And then also, at the same time, I was also like scared.
Yeah.
To say anything at the time, and I didn't feel like things I said were important because I didn't feel like whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, people always thought I was shy when I'm not. I am typically quiet around people I don't know, mainly because I'm feeling you out. Mainly because I'm seeing like how much of myself I can be around you. Like I'm feeling you out, so I'm quiet. I'm a people watcher. I'm people watching. I'm watching you and how you interact with everybody. Then I might start talking more.
Yeah.
But some people just thought I was just a shy person at all, and I just, no, I mean, I'm not.
I just don't know you.
I didn't have no confidence
Mm-hmm.
or I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But a weird sound just came from that hallway. I can't get that right. For our listeners,
Oh man.
we film in at Chris's apartment, and sometimes people are weird, and I couldn't get that right. I don't even know what I was saying anymore, and apparently it doesn't matter.
Talking about being shy and people watching and you feel them out, and I'm just doing a room check, checking the vibe, seeing how I can be around you, how much I can open up around you. That was about it. There was a lot of noise out there.
Yeah, so that's typically what I do, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If you want to think that I'm shy, go right on ahead. That's where I've gotten with my own self esteem and confidence. Like, if you want to think I'm shy because I'm being quiet for whatever reason, go right on ahead. Think that. And if you want to that want to stop you from moving forward with me, for keeping talking to me, for trying to be my friend or trying to get with me, then that is your loss.
Absolutely.
Like, I am amazing. So you should get to know me. It's whatever, but and I think that comes with a combination of increased self-confidence, increased self-esteem, and increased self-worth.
Yeah.
Which I can't wait for us to talk about. Because I have so many things I want to say. I'm sure you have so many things that you want to say about self-worth and growing.
Ooh.
And how it hurts.
It's a process.
It hurts. It's not fun. And you probably don't like it. But
I ain't like it.
it's for the best.
Yeah.
One of the things that I learned that I keep that I keep with me all the time, and I remind myself, when I was in grad school, my professor would say, trust the process. That has stuck with me ever since, and I've applied it to just about every process within my life. Now, she was talking about literally the therapeutic process, like, trust the process of the therapeutic process. It will happen. It will grow, blah, blah, blah. She was really talking about therapy, but I have taken that and applied it to every process that I have been. Trust the process, because at the end of the process is reward. You have to trust the process, whatever that reward may be.
Yeah.
At the end of the process is reward. At the end of the race is victory. Like, so trust the process.
Yeah.
I guess that would be probably a good place to stop. Of trusting the process. So,
yes, that is the takeaway for today.
Yes, I would say the takeaway today is trust the process.
Trust yourself in that process.
Trust yourself.
Believe
trust the
in yourself.
process.
Yeah.
And remember that God puts you through a process for His glory, for your personal growth with Him. He does it for a reason.
Yeah.
He's intentional. He doesn't do anything
just because
for the heck of it. He does things very intentionally and purposeful. And if you're going through a process, then it is intended for your good. I think I told my little youths the other day that on the other side is victory. You will get your victory if you just trust the process. Trust what God has you going through. He's going to get you through it. And that goes along with what we've been talking about with self-love, with self-confidence and self-esteem. If you might be questioning, like, why do I feel this way if God loves me? Everything He does is for an intended purpose and for you, or so that you can minister to others through what you have gone through. So He does it intentionally, and he's going to get you on the other side of it. And it's going to be great when you get there, but you have to trust the process.
Yeah.
Because it might be a Category 5 hurricane, but once the hurricane passes, it's going to be beautiful outside. So you just have to trust the process.
Yeah.
You have anything you want to add before we... Our hearts and minds are clear?
Somewhat, yeah.
Are all hearts and minds clear?
I'm good. I'm gonna wait till the next episode.
So churchy. All hearts and minds
Hearts
clear?
and minds are clear. All right. Raise your hands.
Now I look at you and your hands is up.
Raise your
I
hands.
can't.
Come on. I'm ready.
I'm going to do our benediction.
That's literally how I end up. Receive it.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to Spoken Tea today. Remember, you can follow us on our socials. We're on Instagram at spokentea.pod. Spoken Tea Podcast on YouTube. And Facebook, Spoken Tea. And email, if you want to email us, is spokentea.pod@gmail.com. And for those of you that are listening, but maybe you're watching on YouTube and you don't know where else you can find us, we are on Apple Music. Not Apple Music. We on Apple. Child, I'm
I love
already
to have a
messing
little
up.
song.
We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Alexa Tune In. We're basically anywhere that you can find us. Anywhere that podcasts are streaming, you can find us there. So if you don't have the time to sit and look at the YouTube video, you can catch us on any of those platforms. So thanks guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.